Hello and welcome to the Untitled Anarchist Seagull channel. Hello, Mask. I was just sitting here thinking, okay, she likes me to send a message, but lately she's been there before I'm actually even ready to get started, so maybe I don't need to. And then I turn around and I see you right in chat, so I guess I don't need to send the message. How you doing? I'm really good today, if I do say so myself. Okay, let's get some Geoguessr going. Oh, hold on, that's not what I meant to do. I am feeling inexplicably good today. Okay, my feeling is we are someplace in North America. And I have these markings. Rebuilding California. Okay, I'm guessing that means we're probably in California. We're someplace in California. Let's see if we can narrow that down a bit, shall we? Let's see, a bus stop, that could help. Oh, hold on, there's a bin, maybe. Hopefully this green waste. Okay, that's useless. Get in on that bus stop close enough that we catch. Pacific something. These earbuds are acting a bit weird, so I'm just gonna make sure my backup is charged in case I need it. Just plug that in. And here we go. Del Mar Apartments. Got an area code. 831. It's Northern California, isn't it? Not sure. Is that or is that actually near LA? 818's LA. Shangri-La Apartments. Okay, that seems like some sort of public building that might have a name on it. Pacific Townhouse, that's another 831. Uh, Pacific Grove Police Department. Heard of Pacific Grove. Is Pacific Grove in LA? Garden Grove. Irvine. Amido, Yorba Linda. LA. Beta. Pacific Grove Bottle Shop. Stone's Pet Wash. David Avenue, and what is the cross street here? Oh, California 68. That helps a bit, potentially. Well, there's 65. 58. Weed Patch, great name for a town. 58. Let's see, 68. 60, 71. Hold on, let me make sure. Yes, 68. 60, 79, 62. 79. Hello, 007 oh boy. We're just looking for California State Route 68. Okay. We've run out of California here. Or a place called, what is it? Pacific Grove. Oh shit. How'd you get back in? Well, I don't know. It might. I feel like it is. It just has the feeling of being someplace that is attached to a larger city, but and I feel like I've heard of it. I feel like I've heard of Pacific Grove, but I'm not managing to find it on the map. That's northwards, isn't it? There we go. Barrack Park, Central Sinex Avenue. Pico. In Chile, Pico means dick. So that's a great street name. Wonderful. There we go. David Avenue. $482. Not bad. Jill with the cheese. $49.98. Okay, not off to a bad start at all. Okay, I immediately get Britain vibes because we have this tarmacked footpath here. Don't really see that many other places, but no, we are in Pas-de-Calais. No, Rue du Pas-de-Calais. We're in France. Does your building operate a buzzer system? Attention, travaux. Yeah. Yeah, the closer you get to Britain. Oh, I was gonna say, there's an interesting little video by Deviant Olive where he talks about Épinay-sur-Seine. But die gère Ile-de-France. Okay. So we are actually in the same district as Paris. Okay, that narrows things down. Hello, Phoenix Rising 87. See, it turns out those call boxes, there are two major manufacturers that represent basically all of the call boxes in use in the US. And both of them are keyed alike. And they have a very little easy, if you open up the circuit box, which you can do. Oh yes, he continues to be a huge doofus. I haven't seen anything new from him in that department, but I can imagine that he probably has done something that sucks. It's kind of his specialty. It's his unique selling point. Yeah, I suppose not. It just occurred to me as a backup for such situations in future. It's just a button once you get in, and it opens everything up. It's the postal circuit. Cool. Where are you headed? Versailles et encore. Ok, ça s'appelle comment ce ville? Batigère. Épinay-sur-Seine. Oh shit. Okay, that's That sounds like a somewhat difficult situation to be in. Épinay-sur-Seine. Ok, la première chose, c'est de utiliser la Seine. No, that must be the Marne. Yeah, that's the Marne. Seine. Okay, Épinay-sur-Seine. Oh, well, good luck with that. Seine, le Ménil-le-Roi. T'as trouvé Argenteuil. Épinay-sur-Seine. On y est. Rue de Paris, rue Grandel, rue des Alliés. Ormesson Bruyère. Okay, we're looking for Rue de Pas-de-Calais. Avenue de Jarreau. Oh, that's interesting. That has to be named after the Jarrow March. Unemployed workers in Britain in the 1930s marched all the way from Jarrow to London to demand something decent be done in order so that they could just fucking survive. Rue de la Chevrette. That's right by Saint Denis. That's easy enough. Don't need a marker. In 1.9 kilometers. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. He de-radicalizes people. He and Vosh both de-radicalize people, but the thing is, it's potential leftists they de-radicalize. And they de-radicalize them away from being potential leftists. Absolutely toxic motherfuckers, both of them. 4 Chimneys in. Okay, getting North America vibes here. Camelot Village. On second thought, let's give Camelot a miss, shall we? It is a silly place. Yeah, me too. I grew up with somebody like that as well. Grew up with a few somebodies like that. Come to mention it. 802. Not sure where 802 is. Area code 802 say anything to anyone? Jesus, this resolution. What, did somebody like sneeze on the lens before they shot this? Yeah, definitely the US. Vermont has the distinction of sharing its postal abbreviation with a particularly Dangerous cardiac dysrhythmia. Ventricular tachycardia. Covered Bridge Museum. Yeah, I mean, that's New England as fuck. Wait, is it a museum with covered bridges? And if so, like, how the fuck is anyone getting across those places? You know, I'm so glad the pandemic's. I'm so glad Biden told us the pandemic's over because I mean, you look at the statistics, you listen to the actual people who know anything about the field, and you would never get the idea that it's over. But clearly, he thinks it's over, which is why you can't get anywhere near him without testing negative on PCR within a couple of hours of the meeting. And it really says everything about the US media that that isn't the headline. Oh, I have a video that I made, a sort of public health propaganda video called that's on the theme COVID doesn't kill alone. It is assisted by false reassurances. And when I see him or Walensky or any of those pricks saying stuff like that on Twitter, I put that in the replies. Yeah, and I love how he says people aren't wearing masks like it's some little observation as opposed to a behavior that he himself has had a major role in encouraging. Who is Gzexizzy? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. It is literally the first time I've ever seen those letters in that order. Jewett Drive. Fun fact, you know whose school system has utterly overhauled their ventilation systems, invested heavily in order to ensure high quality filtration, all the stuff that we really ought to have in all our all our public buildings. The school district where Rochelle Walensky lives. They invested heavily in all the stuff that we ought to have had by now, but don't. I double mask anytime I'm around. I almost never go indoors any place where I don't live. If I have to, I double mask. If I'm around people I don't live with, I also always double mask. Two KN95s on top of each other. Absolute pain in the ass. Yeah, I mean, and Biden has done more to dismantle testing than Trump ever did. I mean, it's really remarkable. We are worse on testing now than we were under Trump, and the testing situation sucked shit under Trump. I was looking. I decided to see if I could find like recorded tests per capita in the U.S. And it turns out, per what we peaked in the U.S. at like 138 tests per 100,000 people in the 100,000 of the population nationwide. Now try to deduce anything from that on a local level when it is that tiny a sample. It's absolutely impossible. Yeah, I mean, statistically, the black community is doing more preventive measures than pretty much any other community in the U.S. Which isn't surprising considering that I mean that's the community that has really just been utterly smashed by this. I mean, basically nobody in the U.S. has been hit as hard. That is, I'm gonna have to tell my mother that when I get done here. That will make her that will restore some of her faith in humanity, because around here in this fucking place, like, the only people I ever see masking are like the people who run the local Chinese restaurant. That's it. They wear masks. They've worn them all along. They don't fuck around. Everybody else does. Oh, okay. We're at the New York. We're at the boundary of Vermont and New York, apparently. New York is now the state of opportunity. I mean, I guess that's better than Empire State somehow. Trouble is, that's a very long boundary. Aw, I would like to have a cat to vent to. I miss cats. Yeah, I mean, because around here you just don't see anyone masking. And it's easy if you aren't in touch with the rest of the world to think that nobody's doing anything. So I'm gonna tell her that and just let her know that at least some people are. Well, it's a land boundary, so it's not going over a river. That doesn't narrow it down too much. There's lots of fucking places like that. Uh, so around here, it just feels like nobody's even giving a shit anymore. .7 kilometer. Bennington. Ah, okay. 4968. We're doing like 4900 each time. Okay, 4 of 5. Mongkok, Hong Kong, and Hong Kong. Chung Shawan. Okay. Gong Kacha Dingchujiang. Tacoma Park Co-op and Donut Run. Wait, you're in Silver Spring, isn't it? Because I was just reading that they actually. Oh, this is one of those city sightseeing buses. This is going to simplify everything, and of course, the fuckers disappeared on me. I was just reading how DC basically, as a city, has more public health precautions and testing facilities and stuff in place than basically any other city in the U.S. Somebody was suggesting that maybe all the policymakers living there are okay. We are in Hong Kong then. Are partially so fucking blasé about this because they have no idea just how completely those things are lacking everywhere else. I had a friend a long time ago lived in Silver Spring. Okay, we're someplace in Hong Kong. 5.4 kilometers. 4982. Wow, high 4900s this whole time. And one left to go. I realized it when you said Tacoma with a K. Hey, Ludlow! God, the gang's all here. Fucking hell, this is good. I love a lively chat. Earlier, I was doing my language stream, my Duolingo speedrun stream, but I was stuck in traffic for an hour. I got in an hour later than I actually wanted to start it, and nobody actually showed up. It was kind of desolate. I still went. I went the whole thing. Figured I might as well, but I do like it when chat is lively. U.S. Wagram. God, Wagram, I've heard that name. U.S. Route 401. Fuck, where's Wagram? I know I've heard that. Let's see. Where is US 40 and 401 and stuff? Is that Massachusetts? Yeah, I mean, oh, believe me, I know the feeling. Like the one, there are like a couple of benefits to being where I am right now. One is I have old friends from university I never see otherwise. And the other is my sister, her husband, and my two amazing fucking nieces are right here. And so in non-plague times that means we get to hang out and stuff and it rocks. See, now I'm stuck here with like fuck all to do and I can't just go and hang out with people because plague and that really sucks shit. On the other hand, with any luck, they may be legalizing weed here soon. There's a referendum on it coming up. There are like 10 different weed legalization ballot issues on the fucking ballot. All of them very long as well. We're looking for 401, US Route 401. Where the hell is that? That's the thing about dating climate scientists. I mean, they live their lives as if the world's going to end in a couple of years or something. 68. 460. Greensboro. Oh, 401. We got it. There's 401. Wagram. Well, shit. 5 miles from Wagram. And that's Fayetteville, North Carolina. .2 kilometers, 4973. I want to date a tall anarcho-communist chick who likes spicy food. And preferably, and it wouldn't hurt if she also spoke Korean. Just so that, our choice of viewing would not be limited by the availability of subtitles. Okay, 24,915. Holy shit. This is like the closest I have gotten to a perfect score in this game, I think. That is. A perfect score is 25k, and that's less than 100 away from it. 125 XP. And now is the time when we bowl bouncers. Let me turn off our music, get the audio output up to a level where we can all hear the dickheads. Well, I mean, the advantage with the advantage with Idaho is at least you're bordering on a country where it's totally legal. Although I wouldn't want to be the one to try to get it across there. You know, I don't think I've ever had Ukraine on Geoguessr. Okay. So, I'm gonna suggest. I like this format we've been doing lately, where we've been looking at some shorts from fucking PragerU first, and then looking at one of these assholes. Well, other assholes. Oh fuck, I'm jealous. I miss weed. That would make this a little bit more bearable. So I'm gonna say let's check out. Okay, Leah and Layla's history adventures. Yeah, well, no, we finished the mutually assured cringe, which was amazing. I mean, I love the plot twist at the end, where after Vosh looks all fucking arrogant the whole time, like strutting around, and then somebody, I guess, in Haz's chat apparently says, "Yeah, bring up the child porn thing," and that is why he has not invited Haz back, despite the fact that Haz will pay good money to go on there. Okay. Now remember, PragerU is experiencing severe censorship, which is why I never have to seek out PragerU videos because the algorithm fucking shows them to me. Let me know if you have trouble hearing that. I would, you know, those like office toys where it's like you've got these balls hanging on chains and they are so perfectly balanced that they just transfer the force perfectly. I just have this idea of Vosh and Haz sort of in one of those, so they're just constantly. I think that would be good for everybody.
Yes! Yes! Aw, I almost beat my old score. Okay, one more game.
Talking to yourself again, I see.
Okay. There's something vaguely evil about the way they've done her blush.
I need my phone. Time's up.
No, wait! I'm so close to setting a new high score.
Wait a second, how is he even playing the game? His thumbs aren't even touching the thing.
One more game. Please, Layla.
Mom says no phone after 7 and it's 8:30. You need to be getting ready for bed.
Mom also says to give our best effort at everything we do. Come on, let me give my best effort at this game.
Leo, rules are rules.
Yes. Oh, were you there, Phoenix, for Otto's Tales, which I'd never seen before? They make this look like a fucking Cannes Film Festival Best Screenplay nominee. Because they managed to make the concept of time travel boring. Like the fucking dog and the gray-haired kid who is obviously Dennis Prager's fucking self-insert character go back in time. And then they just get lectured. Except that mostly it's the dog lecturing everybody. The dog, who just arrived in 1778 or whatever, immediately starts lecturing Betsy Ross on the history of the fucking flag. And if that isn't just sort of perfect in a way, I don't know. But actually, I mean, it was just boring as shit.
Rules.
Rules are for babies. One more game.
Give it to me.
No! You're not allowed to use it after 7 either.
go. You're swiping on the...
Dude, this animation, I mean, if I were the fucking petro-billionaires behind this propaganda effort, I would be a little annoyed that the money is not going towards getting at least some sort of reasonably skilled animator to, like, have their hands actually touching this shit. I mean, this is on the level of Caleb Maupin's, introduction video that he has that you can't avoid seeing anytime you go to his YouTube page.
What just happened? Where are we?
When you snatched at the phone, you opened the history app. I think maybe then I clicked on some kind of pop-up ad. I don't know. And
Okay.
I don't know when or where we are.
Well, it didn't send us back in time very far. This looks like our time, but we're definitely not in a good neighborhood. And it's too late for us to be out alone.
Yeah, I think I'll have it just send us back. Oh, no.
What now?
The phone just died.
Leo, you must have played your game so long it used up all the battery.
Oh, okay. See, they're gonna have a history adventure with Officer Tatum. So that's why they're apparently in a nondescript poor neighborhood in, if I read that map correctly, in Arizona someplace.
If you just obeyed the rules, now what are we gonna do?
Sorry. But if you weren't trying to break the rules too and trying to take the phone for yourself, this wouldn't have happened.
Forget it. The point now is that we're lost, and we're out too late, and we need help. Fast.
Hey, there's a police car. Wait, can we be arrested for being out too late?
In some places, but probably not, given how white you are. Yeah. Yeah, there's already... Look, I mean... They're so subtle about this, because look at the complexions of the two badly animated people in the background there.
No, we're not doing anything wrong. The police officer will help us.
See... That is not some... okay, so it qualifies at this point as a plot twist when somebody says something like that and the cops don't fuck with them. Hey, it worked for Ronald Reagan.
You two are out pretty late. Is everything all right? I saw you waving.
Thank you for stopping, sir. I'm Layla, and this is my brother Leo. We're lost and could use some help.
We have an app that can take us home, but our phone died. We weren't...
You don't necessarily just tell the random cop about your time travel app?
breaking any laws, I promise.
Your phone.
Well, yeah, which, that works. I mean, that's all you have to say to the cops. You just say, I wasn't breaking any laws, I promise, and they leave you alone. They'll just help you out. Wait, this is the... Yeah, you know, I did not notice that, Phoenix, but I think you're right. I think that is the same person, just talking exactly the same way.
Phone, huh? Let me see. I'll just plug it into my charger here and wait with you until it's powered back up.
And download all your data.
Thank you, sir. So we're not in trouble?
Well, Leo, you might have been if you two tried wandering around the streets all night by yourself, so I'm glad that you waved me over.
Well, yes. Although, like, the big sister, Layla, I have to say, I mean, that redness, she should actually get that checked out.
My name is Officer Tatum, and I'll make sure that you're safe until you get home. That's
How the fuck is this a history adventure?
my job.
I thought your job was to arrest people.
Well, no, that too. But that's different kind of people. It's almost like maybe there's a structural racism at work here.
Leo, you've been watching too much TV. Police officers' main job is to rescue people from kidnappers or exploding buildings.
Oh, well, gee, I mean, that's not something that you see on TV. Actually, the cops, according to their own statistics, only spend about 4% of their time on what they define as violent crime. All the rest of the shit is nothing to do with the one thing that is always given to us as the justification for their existence. A cameo from the sunken place.
It sounds like you're watching the same shows. Maybe I can clear things up for you. As a law enforcement officer, my job is to protect and serve.
Yes, and who gets protected and who gets served? What gets me is, there are ANCAPs who are also anti-cop, but it's because they want privatized cops, as if that wouldn't be a million times worse.
It can also involve some of the exciting things you see on TV shows, but it's also about things like helping lost children find their way home.
Or occasionally shooting them, depending on complexion.
No matter the details, our goals are to keep people safe and make our communities better places.
Yeah, right. So what's the gun for?
So it's like all of us hired you to protect us, right?
Except that I don't remember being in on that fucking HR meeting.
You got it. We do try to help everyone.
Well, yeah, except if all of us hired you and we can't fire you, then isn't that a bit weird? Because usually if we hire somebody, the way that works is if we decide we don't want them, then we can just fucking kick them out. I mean, this is the US, at will employment, at your employer's will. They can kick you out no matter what. But somehow, we all hired them, though none of us can remember actually being involved in that process. But we somehow can't just fire them.
And that's actually why I decided to join the police force. I was once a high school football star in Fort Worth, Texas, and then played safety here in Tucson at the University of Arizona.
Wait a second. Is this an actual guy? Is this, like... Brandon Tatum, okay. Okay, this is I think this is sounding like an actual person, so let me... Who is this motherfucker? YouTube conservative, former police officer. Brandon Orlando Tatum is an American conservative political commentator, former police officer. Okay, there we go. So basically, oh yeah, let's check this guy's Twitter. Let's see what his Twitter has to tell us. Oh, I already blocked him. Yeah. Oh, lots of fucking merchandising. Brandon Tatum proposes a life-saving alternative to the left's misguided demand for police reform. Wait a second. In this day and age, we need people reform. And, yeah, also, like, I mean, I remember during the fucking George Floyd uprising, all those people with those placards reading police reform. So he's created like a shittier straw man than we already had. Teenager student slams school board for pushing critical race theory. Okay, so oh, I missed his age. How old is he?
I even thought of going to the NFL. I just love being a part of a team. So when I finished school, I saw a chance to join a team as big as the whole city, and I became a cop.
It sounds like the NFL thing didn't work out. Ah, okay. 43 here, born in 79.
You still get to fight bad guys though, right?
Well, not actually. Mostly I just sort of beat the shit out of random black people. Well, it's Arizona, so also a whole lot of Latina people as well.
Unfortunately, yes, and only if I have to. But sometimes I do have to do some of...
How is this a history adventure? What? Because it has a personal plug for fucking Brandon Tatum? Oh, that's cute. So apparently they decided that they're such big free speech people. They always talk about free speech. They don't want comments on here. If I made something this bad. Okay, Mask. That song lyric is very familiar. Hey, I would argue that there are entire professions that if they just all got jacked and did bad acting, the world really would be a better place. And I would argue that cops are one of them.
Some of the things you see on TV shows. I've stopped many criminals, I've saved some lives, and I've even been in some very dangerous situations.
And so you decided to. So why, if you. What I'm kind of curious about, Officer Tatum, former Officer Tatum, is if you like it so much, then why did you decide to become a right-wing grifter? Why didn't you just stay in the job? I mean, it can't be the money, because the money is fucking, is incredible in any major city, or even a second-tier city like fucking Tucson.
But remember, my objective is always to protect and serve the community.
Why are they doing? They were just doing the Running Man there for a second.
Hey, Officer Tatum!
Officer Tatum, what's good?
Hey guys.
Jesus, yeah. Right.
Just helping some visitors. Y'all see the Cardinal Sunday?
Yeah, man.
We're gonna take the West for sure this year.
Yeah, fuck the West. It's time to end colonialism. That's what we're talking about, right?
Have a good night, sir.
Thanks, guys. Don't
Have a good night, sir. Oh, you said fuck off.
stay out late. Get home to your moms.
Okay.
See ya, sir.
You know those guys?
They look tough.
Yeah, I know those knuckleheads
They're snitches.
pretty well. They're great boys. I try to get to know as many people as possible
Well, you just said they were knuckleheads.
in the community where I police. The more I know them, the better I can understand their problems and serve.
And the better I can figure out how the best way to stitch them up later. Yeah, I know. This is like... Yeah. It is actually kind of painful. This stuff is way too on the nose.
Since sometimes you have to be in dangerous situations.
They drew her in a way that makes her look like a Disney villain. I wouldn't be surprised if he writes it himself.
Are you ever scared?
I've definitely been in scary situations.
Like there was that time I was almost charged with well, just out of curiosity, why did this Tatum leave the force? I mean, was there something there? I'm kind of curious. Brandon Tatum. Let's see, Brandon Tatum brutality. An honest conversation on police. Amala debates Brandon Tatum on police. Wait a second. So, one PragerU person is debating another PragerU person on policing. Like, are we... Oh, of course he's been on Candace Owens. Okay, it's I'm not seeing anything that actually suggests. Yeah, better looking, but I mean, still kind of evil. Okay, I'm not seeing anything that suggests that he's one of these ex-cop commentator, right-wing commentator assholes who left because there was some sort of question. There was some question about what they were getting up to. It just seems that he found a better grift.
Especially when I was a member of the SWAT team. But if
Oh, okay, so we know that he was on just the literal death squad there.
I'm too scared, I could make a mistake. And when police make mistakes,
Look at this fucking they're just doing the running man.
People get hurt.
So, how do you keep from getting scared and making mistakes?
Well, what about the times when they just sort of deliberately just engage in state terror, though? I mean, this idea that it's all getting scared, like, so many of the people that that get shot by cops are people who there's no possible way they were afraid of them. Like, they were fucking running away. And the thing is, if you or I were charged with shooting somebody, and the state's evidence was that the people that, the forensics showed they were running away at the time, any interest we might have in possibly pursuing a self-defense claim is out the window at that point. But they do it, and they don't even get charged.
It's not easy, but we police have good training. And when the going gets tough, I take a deep breath.
I mean, the training is literally... I mean, I've seen the use of force training. They're these use of force experts. They actually trot out just like 5 or 6 of them who are inevitably in every trial involving a cop doing some kind of violence against a member of the community. And all they do, all these so-called use of force experts do, is come up with rationalizations for whatever the hell cops do.
Focus on acting how I've been trained and work confidently.
So what's your body count, Officer Tatum?
In those moments, there's no room for mistakes.
Wow,
Wow, that is the same fucking bullshit line that I've heard so many other times, but you deliver it so unconvincingly. Oh, yeah. Like CC McDonald, for example. I mean, she didn't even shoot somebody. She defended herself with a scissors because it was what she had to hand. I mean, that was fucking ridiculous.
that's so much pressure. We both play soccer, and we have lots of training.
Yeah, okay, this is relevant. Why? Like, wait, there's 4 more minutes in
But it's
this?
still okay if we mess up every now and then.
It is a lot of pressure, and that's why being a police officer is a very special responsibility. Of course, just like any team, we've got good members and bad members.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is blindingly white. It is white LED light white. This shit can trigger the whiteness of this can trigger an optical
That's why I work as an
migraine.
instructor for my department. I want to teach my fellow officers how to be prepared for every situation so they can protect others all day and still go.
Wait, his arm just melted into the rest of his body. Jesus, they did not. This is painfully bad animation.
Home safely to their own family.
Clutch Cargo was better animation than this.
It sounds like you have to be tough, brave, smart, and focused.
Wow, that's very sycophantic of you. And of course I am going to agree with this totally fucking...
And you have to be okay with a lot of pressure to not mess up.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Easy.
Wow, I mean, this is... What's great about this is that he is really facing the tough questions. Like, you can look at this, and if you were previously critical of policing as an institution, he has answered every one of the fucking concerns that people have about how the whole thing works and what it's for. I mean, they're like throwing the hardballs at him, and well, no, they're really not. This is just a fucking hand job.
Job, right? Y'all ready to sign up?
Fuck that.
I do like your outfits.
Layla, we're not tough enough to be cops.
We do have nice uniforms, but
No, you don't. They actually kind of suck.
I'm just kidding. You two just need to worry about being good kids. But there's always ways you can help your local law enforcement, no matter how old you are.
By being a snitch, getting your friends locked up, maybe swatting somebody. And the most important one is when the officer says you didn't see shit, you testify that you didn't see shit.
Really?
Absolutely.
Sometimes we want to go into a place and there's no way we could get a warrant because we've got absolutely no justification. And we've got to lie on the stand and say somebody inside was screaming, even though there was nobody inside. And it helps to have a local kid who will also get up on the stand and claim to have heard that same thing that didn't happen.
I have a son a few years younger than you, and I know how important it is for kids to learn good safety habits as early as possible.
One of which is do not talk to the fucking cops.
Citizens can take care of themselves. It's a huge help to everyone in the community, especially us police officers.
Right, yeah, I mean, and if like communities are organized to take care of themselves, they can just kind of kick the cops out. I mean, a well-organized community can easily, has absolutely no call for the pricks in the first place, and is potentially in a position to prevent them from actually coming in. If they
do you have any ideas on how to help?
They're doing.
I know it's an easy one, but we can always look both ways before crossing the street.
It might be easy, but it's very important.
Well, so that's it.
How about don't talk to strangers?
That's a good one too.
Dial 911 if there's
Oh, they're talking to a fucking stranger right now, though.
an emergency.
And never secretly play games on your sister's phone after 7 o'clock, and run the battery all the way down so that we can't get out of Tucson.
I mean, and I love how he just acts like this is a normal thing that you hear.
Sounds
Oh, yeah.
like you kids already have some pretty good safety instincts. Remember to always be careful, and if something doesn't seem right, don't be scared to ask a police officer for help.
What if it's, see, what doesn't seem right is this whole interaction.
It's a huge relief knowing that police officers are always ready to help.
Wow, I mean, it's a huge delusion.
I know my family and friends have my back, but it's really nice to know that we have added protection.
When we first saw you, I was worried because I thought the job of a police officer was just to fight bad guys and make arrests.
Wait a second, why would you be worried then? Are you thinking of yourself as a bad guy? Like, I could understand thinking, this is, like, yeah. Well, that's just, the teleporting phone is just the premise of the entire series. The idea is they go back in time. And they experience history. By which we mean that cartoon versions of historical figures lecture them. That's the whole thing. Except this time they've not gone back in time. They've just entered, like, a poor neighborhood in Tucson. But, okay, why is he scared if he believes that all they do is arrest bad guys? Like, surely if that's what he believes, and he isn't thinking of himself as a bad guy, he wouldn't be afraid at all. That is a little bit weird.
It's good to know how much you help people.
As long as people follow the rules, police are your friends. And
No. I mean, like, no. I know everybody in chat, and most likely every single person watching this, already knows that what complete bullshit that is. But in case somebody who doesn't know that is watching that, no.